Hey there, KlicKNettars. I'm Kwame Alexander, and welcome back to Wkly Hit List. It's 8:02 right here, and I call my .com studios on 1 Foot TiVo Studios in New York. As you can see, we are live on this Saturday, December 17th. Now, we're just gonna get right into what's happening over on KlicKNet. And tonight's a big celebration. Big or small, you name it. So, okay, we're back, folks. It's been a while since we last talked to each other, but this is the time for a celebration. I just said that. Now, here's why we're celebrating. On December 13th, 2022, our KlicKNet YouTube channel had reached up to 50 subscribers before. That's right, 50 subscribers before the end of the year. I mean, I told myself that I didn't want to end 2022 unless I reach that 50 mark. And I know it seems like a very small number, but it's one I'm very proud of. I'm most proud of. Now the channel has been up for about 2 years. We started in 2020, and it's slowly finding its footing in the world of YouTube. I mean, I know we have a long way to go before we get to like 100 subscribers. 100 subscribers, then 1,000, and maybe someday 10,000 subscribers. So with the uncertain years ahead of me, anything is possible. Anything. So let's get this celebration started. So let's celebrate getting to 50 subs with the return of the Wkly Hit List. It all starts with the 7-day rounder. I apologize. You weren't supposed to hear that. Anyway. So this time on the 7-day rounder, last Saturday, House Republicans were prepared to issue their criminal. We feel their criminal stuff in the Hunter Biden probe. On Sunday, last Sunday, a Russian drone struck down in Ukraine, of course, leaving 1.5 million people without power in the Ukrainian port of Odessa. Wait, did I say it right? Odessa? Alright. On Monday, James Cameron dropped out of the Avatar: The Way of Water Hollywood premiere due to COVID-19. On Tuesday, President Joe Biden signs into law same-sex marriage bill called the Respect for Marriage Act. On Wednesday, a new Superman movie with no Henry Cavill is in the works and written by DC Studios boss James Gunn. And we're gonna get into DC Studios a little later. Moving on. On Thursday, the Senate passed a legislation banning TikTok from all United States government devices. And finally, the January 6th committee plans to vote on urging the DOJ to prosecute Trump on at least 3 criminal charges. Alright, so for more on these stories, let's take a closer look. I know there might be a little noise in the background. Don't worry about it. Alright, so first up, here from the National Review, House Republicans ready to roll out red carpet for Elon Musk's part of the Biden probe. Why I didn't know Elon Musk was involved in this. So the incoming Republican chairman of the House Oversight Committee said that the House is hoping to have Elon Musk testify as a probe into President Joe Biden and his son Hunter begins. Okay, moving on. From NBC News, drone strikes leave more than a million without power in southern Ukraine. And we don't need to read that because I know it's a little too personal for some. Moving on. From Yahoo Entertainment, this is where I found James Cameron dropping out of the Avatar: The Way of Water Hollywood premiere due to COVID-19. According to Yahoo, Cameron, who has not brought a film he directed to Hollywood's backyard since 2009, that was when the game-changing Avatar debuted. But he will continue to engage in publicity for the film, but he's going to do it virtually. Now, from CNN Politics, Biden signs into law same-sex marriage bill 10 years after his famous Sunday show answer on the issue. I mean, I'm not sure what he had said 10 years ago, but I assume it relates to the signing of the Respect for Marriage Act. Now, from Deadline, new Superman pick. Oh, there you see Avatar: The Way of Water swings to 53 million Friday at the box office, and the sequel is coming around between 130 to 150 million worldwide at the box office. Now, I'd be shocked if it made $1 million. Anyway, new Superman pick in the works with James Gunn penning and Henry Cavill not star. And also get this, Ben Affleck is in talks to helm a future DC pick. We heard news about like that years ago. Like he was supposed to direct the Batman, but that went to Matt Reeves. Okay, from CNN Business, Senate passes legislation to ban TikTok from U.S. government devices. Now, it was passed Wednesday evening. It's a move designed to limit information security risks stemming from the social media app. Now, you wonder if they're going to do the same thing for like Facebook and Twitter. Okay, now finally, from Politico, January 6th panel to vote on urging the DOJ to prosecute Trump on at least 3 criminal charges. Now, just keep in mind that the panel is probably meeting right now this weekend to discuss whether to get the DOJ involved in the January 6th charges. All right, now it's time for the sneak peek of the week. Now, this sneak peek of the week involves some big news that dropped in the middle of this week. And some people are very excited about it. Now, since I've been planning a Wkly Hit List return this week, I've been looking at the latest news all while deciding which ones will end up on the rounder from up above. There was a report about some guy and his mom switching from Verizon to Spectrum after not having any service for 12 hours. I wonder if they're okay. But on a lighter note, we finally got confirmation about when Super Nintendo World will be open at Universal Studios Hollywood. And I know this isn't like breaking news, but I would just like to announce to you, KlicKNettars, that Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Hollywood will be opening on February 17th, 2023. And get this, it's the same day that Marvel Studios' Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania movie will be released in theaters. And, I heard a lot of people are celebrating a lot of birthdays in February. Like Trevor Noah or Victoria Justice or some guy whose name starts with a K and last name starts with an A. Anyway, if anyone wants to celebrate the birthday in February, they should hop on a plane, fly onto Hollywood, and spend all day at Super Nintendo World, and then catch the newest Marvel movie later that night. Now, in order to see what Hollywood Super Nintendo World is going to look like, now it's time for the sneak peek of the week. Now, this video comes from Universal Studios Hollywood. Take a look.
Here we go. Hey, hello, Wkly.
Welcome to Toadstool Cafe!
Let's go.
Okay, how was that? I mean, did not take your breath away. I know it certainly took my breath away. Alright, now, I think some people want to know more about Super Nintendo World in Hollywood. So, I was able to pull up another video. Alright, now, this one comes from... Sorry. Now, this video comes from a channel called Exploring Attractions, and they do a lot of content regarding theme parks all over the world and right here in the United States. Some of you have probably heard of them. And here they are, or should I say, here he is. Alright, so take a gander at this.
After all these years of waiting, we finally have an opening date for Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Hollywood and more details about the land. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Exploring Attractions. My name is Scott, and you're watching your stop for all things theme park and attraction related. If you guys are new here, consider subscribing down below with those bell notifications on, and leave this video a like at the end if you enjoyed it. You guys heard me right. Today at 6 in the morning, in fact, which is kind of a weird announcement time frame considering on the West Coast, we got an announcement as far as the opening date for Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Hollywood, and that opening date is Friday, February 17th of 2023. Something earlier than a lot of us expected. There's been lots of rumors going around as far as opening dates goes, as far as soft openings go. People are saying January, people are saying March 10th because that's Mario Day, which all makes sense and whatnot, but I think that Universal has bigger plans for that. So as of right now, let's dive into the opening date as far as AP previews go and everything that you can expect while stepping foot into Super Nintendo World in Hollywood. Alright, so first and foremost, like I said, there was a bunch of rumored dates going around all over the place. And while March 10th is still definitely a possibility, it's obviously not the official opening. What I think that they're saving March 10th for is the grand opening. So they're going to be cross-marketing the Super Mario Bros. Movie with Super Nintendo World since it's a month from the difference of February 17th to March 10th. Now, this isn't something that Universal has just done out of the blue. Like we've seen this with Jurassic World the ride. It was quote unquote soft open for 3 months before their actual grand opening. So that's why I think that they're saving March 10th for that very reason. And kind of do the same thing where they have all the press there and they have all the big stars and everything. Maybe Chris Pratt will show up again. That's exactly what I think that they're saving that date for. But considering the fact that the land is nearly complete, and keep in mind, they still have lots of work to do to get ready for literally, I don't know, like a little over 2 months away for this land to be open. I think that they're pretty much ready to open the land up. And it has been confirmed that there will be AP previews, which I think will start probably the first couple weeks of February. So I think that first week and a half will be AP previews. They'll probably be like 5 or 6, and they'll go quick because you'll want to make your reservations quick. They did AP previews with Secret Life of Pets Off the Leash. That is before the park shut down. Everybody got in there. Everybody got their reservations real quick, and they were gone super fast. But obviously, the demand is 10 times higher for something of this magnitude compared to an Omnimover attraction. Now, Universal did release some like little trailer, and there's a rendering in the very beginning of our actual layout of the entry pipe. But after that, it's just stock footage from the Japan version. And the reason why I say it's stock footage from Japan version is because a lot of that stuff is complete in there and looks completely different from the layout compared to Hollywood. And it's stuff that I recognize from the press release that they sent out from when Japan opened up. So right now, they obviously aren't ready to show the inside of the land just because, like I said, they still have a couple different preparations to get ready for, which is kind of ambitious if you think about it, if they're going for a February opening date, but they are moving relatively fast. Now, we do get confirmation on what exactly is going to be a part of the land. There's been lots of speculation on interactive stuff, on different attractions and whatnot. And the most obvious one here is Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. This all-new technologically advanced ride, inspired by the popular Mario Kart video game series, will seamlessly fuse cutting-edge augmented reality with projection mapping technology and actual set pieces along a moving ride track. So this will be the exact same attraction as the one over in Japan, and if you watch POVs on that, there's some debate on whether or not it works for a theme like Mario Kart with a slow-moving attraction, but also people who have been on it say that the augmented reality goggles help out with that a whole lot. And of course, with Mount Beanpole there's been an entry warp pipe from drone footage that we've seen, and like people wondering what exactly that random warp pipe leads to, because that lines up to where the Yoshi attraction is in Japan. However, they did confirm that this towering landmark sits at the heart of the land and also serves as the entry queue for the Mario Kart attraction. So you're only going to use that top area where Bowser's Castle is at. That's only going to be just for the Mario Kart ride. Like, there's no other reason to go up there unless, of course, you want to take a picture, but you're going to enter through that warp pipe right below Mountain Beanpole, and I'm assuming there will be an extended queue in there, and if there's no need for an extended queue, then you'll just walk right up to the actual entrance of the ride. But I guarantee you, on the first, I'd say, couple of years, they're definitely going to be using that extended queue a whole lot. Now, of course, we have what looks to be an extended queue on the side and with the construction progress, but also something underneath which looks more themed to Yoshi, which begs the question, is there some form of interactive power-up band element there for Yoshi? Is there a Yoshi meet and greet? Who knows? Or maybe the extended queue is just multiple levels. We'll find out in literally just a little bit over 2 months. They go on to talk a little bit about Bowser's Castle and how it's adorned with a breathtaking sculpture of a large and powerful Bowser as you step foot inside. They did confirm that power-up bands will be making their way to Hollywood, and these wearable state-of-the-art wristbands sync with Universal Studios' free downloadable app to level up the guest experience within the land and enhance its many interactive elements. So these interactive elements are different things that you can jump up and hit with their band. There's different games and stuff that you can collect coins on the app. Like, there's a really cool interactive feature on the Japan app where you can actually see the coins you rack up, and it's kind of like a competitive thing where you see different people's names on there, like almost like a leaderboard, if you will. These power-up bands will come in 6 different design options with character themes and will be available for purchase both within the land at Super Nintendo World and at the different theme shops throughout the theme park and City Walk. Toadstool Cafe will be the one restaurant that's located inside of the actual world. Now, they did open a Super Nintendo World themed popcorn stand, or just like stand in general, just right outside the entrance of the land, which actually, if you go right now, you can taste some of the different offerings that they're going to be offering in Nintendo World, which is really cool. We definitely need to get out there and do a taste test on all of them. The Mario cream soda looks really, really good, and it just caters to my sweet tooth a whole lot. But Toadstool Cafe will be the main restaurant inside of the actual world. The land's signature restaurant, Toadstool Cafe, will serve a gourmet menu perfected by Chef Toad, where he will greet guests upon entry. Menu items prepared fresh daily include Toadstool cheesy garlic knots, super mushroom soup, piranha plant caprese, Mario bacon cheeseburger, Luigi pesto chicken burger, and block tiramisu, and a Princess Peach cupcake. I'm really excited for that pesto chicken burger. I think that's going to be really good. And then on top of all the different theme retail shops that they already have themed to Mario, they'll also have one inside called the One Up Factory, which is what better way to commemorate a visit to Super Nintendo World than to visit the One Up Factory retail shop to purchase collectible memorabilia. The One Up Factory will offer an extensive selection of merchandise from Mario and Luigi themed apparel to iconic character hats and an array of plush characters, including Mario, Luigi, and Bowser. So I definitely think that we'll see the majority of the merch that we already have at the different retail stores throughout the park right now, but also some exclusive stuff, just exclusive to Hollywood. And on top of all that, this isn't something that they included, but I wanted to mention it for those who have not seen anything in regards to the Japan version. There will be tons of different animated figures throughout the land. Like, you're going to see the piranha plants moving, you're going to see Yoshi moving on top of Mount Beanpole, you're going to see the coins spinning. Everything in this world is going to be moving. As soon as you walk through it, you'll see it. I mean, even coming down the Starway, it's going to be such a sight, and we talk about it all the time throughout our different updates when we're at the park. Going down the Starway, seeing that sight of all the different animated figures, it's going to get you so excited and just make for such an awesome experience, something that you can't get at really any other park in the country right now. But I want to know down below in the comments section, now that we have everything confirmed from Nintendo World here in Hollywood and we have an opening date, what are you most excited about? Obviously, the obvious answer would be the Mario Kart attraction. However, there are so many different elements throughout this land that people will be able to do. You'll be able to spend a whole bunch of time in this land. I mean, let alone waiting in the queue for probably hours, but also just being able to roam there and seeing and taking in everything that there is. And odds are that you'll miss it and you'll have to visit it again. So let us know down below in the comments section what you're excited for. Anyways, everybody, my name is Scott, and you've been watching Exploring Attractions. If you're new here, consider subscribing down below if you want to watch more videos like the one that you just watched. Positivity is key, and most importantly, remember to keep exploring. Peace out, everybody.
Sorry. All right. So Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm still on mute. I'm so sorry about that. I just said that exploring attractions made a great point about February 17th, 2023 being like a soft opening for Super Nintendo World, and that the entire land could have a grand opening at Universal Studios Hollywood the next month in March, just a few weeks before the release of the Super Mario Bros. Movie starring Chris Pratt and Troy Day. Alright, so it's now time for the main event. As you know, this is KlicKNet's 50 subs celebration. We're celebrating getting up to 50 subscribers, and we're hoping to get 50 more next year, and the year after that, year after that, year after that, year after that, year after that. You get the picture. Okay, now it's time for the inside scoop. Our inside scoop this week concerns the growing problems of DC Studios, owned by Warner Bros. Discovery. Now, you thought that the cancellations of so many DC TV shows on the CW was a complete shock. You thought the thought of Young Justice not getting renewed on HBO Max was a bit stunning. You even thought that the cancellations of the Wonder Twins and My Darling Batgirl was shocking enough this year, but this week certainly took the cake. And by the way, this might be the new logo. This might be the new. This might be what you're seeing on your screen. Might be the new logo. Might be the new logo for DC Studios, with the word Studios right in the middle of it, right there. Anyway, Peter Safran and longtime Marvel director James Gunn had just been named co-CEOs and co-chairman of DC Studios. Afterwards, they made a statement saying that our commitment to Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Harley Quinn, and the rest of the DC stable of characters is only equal by our commitment to the wonder of human possibilities that these characters represent. We're excited to tell some of the biggest, most beautiful, and grandest stories ever told. Now, to me, I thought it meant that they were going to continue to tell stories, tell the stories that started with Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, and that movie came out in 2013 and led up to Batman v Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Shazam, Black Adam, Birds of Prey, the Suicide Squad, and of course that Justice League movie from 2017. But it looks like it's not really gonna happen, because this week James Gunn has been taking to social media and saying that Henry Cavill would no longer return as Superman in any future projects. He also announced that he was writing a new Superman film, which we mentioned earlier on. And this new Superman movie is based on a younger version of Clark Kent. Now, this was just after Cavill announced that he would be back playing Superman, starting with his cameo in Black Adam, which didn't do so well at the box office, I heard. There's also been things going on like the cancellation of Wonder Woman 3 and the possibility that Gal Gadot will no longer play the Amazon warrior princess. Now, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom might be the last time we see Jason Momoa playing Aquaman. The Flash, starring Mr. Miller, had two major cameos with Cavill and Gal Gadot cut from the movie, and God knows what's going to happen after Shazam 2 and Blue Beetle have been released. Now, Gunn and Safran are currently working on a 10-year plan with DC Studios, but also stated that they would acknowledge fan responses and complaints, and confirmed that all current and future DC projects would be released under the new DC Studios banner. In fact, Gunn has asked fans via social media which DC characters they would like to see as part of the franchise in the future. Well, it looks like the DCEU, now called the DCU, is going to have a big reboot on its hands. I mean, we could see a lot of recastings with not just Superman, but with Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and likely another new Batman, apart from the one played by Robert Pattinson. James Gunn has also gone on social media saying that him and Peter Safran have a DC slate ready to go, which they couldn't be more over the moon about. Honestly, you should say over the moon in a tree or something. And what are you, the cow who jumped over the moon? Well, we'll be the judge of that. Now, finally, they said that they'll be able to share some exciting information about the first projects at the beginning of the new year in 2023. Well, we'll see what DC Studios' new movie slate is going to be, maybe starting in January 2023, which is soon to be right around the corner. And it will probably start after the releases of Shazam, Fury of the Gods, The Flash, Blue Beetle, and Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. To me, they represent those movies represent the old era, or the era that never was the era that never was for the DCEU. But I'm glad that they're finally taking out the E in the title and calling it the DCU from now on. Although I think another cool name would be like the DCCU, standing for DC Cinematic Universe. To me, that would be way cooler. Alright, we're almost at the end of the show. But before we go, I would like to announce the celebrity of the week. So, our celebrity of the week is Adriana Bazera, born March 5th, 1956. She starred in Dora and the Lost City of Gold and Rambo: Last Blood. And she will star in DC Studios' Blue Beetle come 2023. Alright, folks, that's the end of our show. But before we go, I just want to tell you how happy I am that KlicKNet finally got up to 50 subscribers before the end of the year. I guess here's to 100 subscribers in the future, then 1,000, and maybe even 10,000. So, once again, congratulations to KlicKNet. I mean, after all these years, KlicKNet, it's finally a channel. I'm so proud of that slogan too. Now, a quick reminder to catch episodes of FakeTV Box with Kwame Alexander anytime on KlicKNet. So with that, I just want to remind you to always like, comment, and share everything on KlicKNet's YouTube channel. Give your support by hitting the subscribe button, the subscribe button down below. I'm sorry I sound like a broken record all night. But nonetheless, thank you so much for watching tonight's Wkly Hit List, and I'll see you next week for Christmas Eve. And you cannot imagine what we're gonna do for Christmas Eve. Have a good night.